Hello family, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Angela and here on this channel I create beauty, fashion, and lifestyle content, and particularly for the woman over 40. And by over 40, I mean 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90 if I'm lucky and I'm blessed. If you're 90 and you're here, I celebrate you and I truly, truly thank you. Now, it is 2023 and I have decided that I'm going to make certain that I make a conscious effort and remind myself that it is okay, that I should be indeed spending a little extra money, or maybe a little more than a little extra money, on things that are going to improve my quality of life. Some people may feel like these things are a splurge, but I feel like a splurge is something that I really, really want, like a purse, or new pair of sneakers, or a new dress, or what have you. Something that I really, really want that I don't necessarily need. I already have some of those items. I really don't need them, but I just truly, truly want them for myself. And I spend extra money on those. But these things I feel definitely will improve my quality of life, whether it's for the moment or whether it's for a few months or whether it's for a few years. Now, if you like to hear these 8 things that I plan on making certain that I spend my extra coin on, then stay tuned. Now, let's get started. Girl, I can't see. Let me get my list. Put it over here where I can see it. Okay. Here are my notes. The first thing that I will be spending extra money on and making sure I don't frown and squinch my face up is food. I just believe that today they're putting entirely too many hormones, too many pesticides, too many whatever in food. I don't know if y'all heard, but there were a lot of farmers across the United States, and Ben's cousin said the same thing to me, that the chickens stopped laying eggs. Apparently, that some company has been putting stuff in the chicken feed that is causing the hens not to lay eggs, requiring people to buy their eggs from the grocery store. That's a whole nother story. Anyway, I just plan on buying more organic, as much organic meat and produce as possible. I plan on buying my food from the local farmers if I can. There are some local farmers here near where I live, a co-op of farmers. I'm just gonna start buying my meats from them, my eggs from them, my veggies from them as much as possible. And this spring and summer, I plan on growing some more veggies like I did last year. I didn't have a lot, but I did have enough. I grew cucumbers and tomatoes and green, yellow, and red peppers, mint, rosemary, basil. What else did I grow? I did grow some watermelon, but it was too late in the season, so they didn't really grow as big as they should have. But I'm gonna grow some stuff. I do plan on learning how to can some veggies this summer. I probably won't be able to can that many, but I want to learn how to can stuff. But I just really believe that it's in my best interest and best for my health and the health of my family if I purchase more organic fruits, vegetables, and meats. And I know that the meats will cost extra money, like organic eggs are almost $1 per egg. I buy the organic grass-fed free-range eggs at the grocery store, and they're like $13 for a dozen, which is crazy. I do want 2 or 3 chickens. Maybe I can have my own eggs. That's a whole other story. But I really do plan on spending extra money buying food that is a lot healthier for me. And I also don't mind spending extra money when I go out to eat if the food is good. I really like a really nice meal that I have enjoyed my meal. The dessert was fabulous. I have high expectations when I spend a lot of money at a restaurant. And by a lot of money, I mean if I'm spending $100 for me, or my husband spending $100 for me, or $200 for the both of us, I expect a really good meal. Not a decent meal, I expect a very good meal. I've worked hard for that money, so I expect to be rewarded for the money that I'm paying for this meal. But in general, at my household, I plan on spending a lot more money or going for the organic, more natural foods this year. Did I miss anything? Oh, I forgot about the meat. For example, we buy ribeyes. Now, when I was growing up, people had meat people had meat tenderizers for their steaks, and I had no clue that if you buy a more expensive piece of steak, now first of all, my mother did not have the money to buy a ribeye, so that was that, and it was just that she did the best she could, the best way she knew how, and that was fine. When I got older, I bought the cut of meats that she purchased because that's all I knew, that's all I saw. But when I got a lot older, by a lot older, probably in my late 30s, early 40s, I found out that, you know, these pieces of steak taste a lot different than the ones I used to eat, and they're better. And then when I met my husband, and he always buys ribeyes, and I was cleaning out my cabinet probably 2 months ago, and I saw meat tenderizer, and I was like, I don't even have any clue why we have meat tenderizer in our we don't use it ever. We buy really great cuts of meat. We buy ribeyes. My husband cooks them. He calls it reverse searing the meat, and it's tender, and we never ever use meat tenderizer. So I don't mind spending extra coin buying a great piece of steak. It's gonna taste better. It has a lot of marbling in it, so that fat kind of opens up the fibers in the meat and just inserts those juices and those spices that you make, salt and pepper. I just like salt and pepper on my salt and pepper, and then some garlic and maybe some rosemary or thyme. But you don't have to buy a meat tenderizer if you buy a little more expensive piece of meat, and ribeye is my favorite. But that is something I indeed plan on spending money on, is my food. The next thing that I plan on spending money on, and I don't mind spending money on, is travel. And when I say travel, I mean experiencing life. It's priceless, making those memories and traveling with someone you love and taking pictures so you can go back and look at the pictures 10, 15, 20 years from now and say, oh, I remember that time, I remember this time. Now, I've started off traveling by going on a cruise, and cruises are nice. For me, I think maybe done 3. I don't plan on doing any more Caribbean cruises. I'm done with that. I don't mind going on like a Norwegian cruise or a Now cruise, someplace I've never been. But I honestly prefer to get on a plane and to get on a plane and fly to a destination, experience what the locals experience. I also believe in spending a little more money if you can afford it. If you plan on going to a destination, hiring a tour guide. We had a tour guide when we went to India. We had a tour guide when we went to Egypt. We had a tour guide when we were in South Africa. Priceless, worth every penny. You don't have to worry about anything. You can tell them what you want to see, where you want to go. And we always want to go eat and see the things that the locals see and do. And so we always do that. And those experiences will live with me and my husband for a lifetime. They are fantastic. We have pictures from everywhere we've been. We went to Jordan. That was amazing. Pictures do not do destinations justice. You have to experience it for yourself. When you go to Dubai, you see the buildings and you see the magnificence of everything, and you're just engulfed in the culture. It's a lot different than, say, taking a cruise and getting off the boat and being there for 7 or 8 hours and then have to run back to the boat and get back on the boat so that you don't get left on the island or what have you. I think it is worth every penny. Those experiences are so much more gratifying and priceless than, say, a purse or a pair of shoes. So I do plan on spending my money on travel if I can this year. The next on the list goes with travel as well. Listen, honey, I plan on, if I can afford it, whatever fits in my budget for a specific trip, if I can do a seat upgrade, or if I can purchase a upgraded seat from the jump, that is what I am going to do. Lord have mercy. Once you have ridden in another seat other than coach, it's very difficult to go back to coach. Now, I have no problem, just rode the coach to Montana with my husband, riding in coach, especially for short trips. It just doesn't really make sense for me to spend thousands of extra dollars to fly for 2 or 3 hours. If it's a 2 or 3 hour trip, even maybe a 4-hour trip, sometimes it just doesn't make sense to spend thousands of extra dollars. But if I'm gonna fly for over 4 or 5 hours, a seat upgrade is worth every penny. You have more leg room. It is so much more relaxing. You don't feel as claustrophobic and as tired when you get to your destination, especially if you're gonna fly overseas, which, you know, I've done lots of trips across, I call it across the water, where I'm flying 6 to 12 hours. If I can upgrade, that is definitely what I'm going to do, whether it's economy plus or business or first class, whatever I can afford, whatever's in my budget, that is what I'm going to do. Not only do you get more leg room and you do 2 check luggages with most of your seat upgrades, you get free drinks, free alcohol drinks. The meals are different, the snacks are different. I mean, it's just a completely different experience, and it is a wonderful experience. So I do plan on getting seat upgrades if I can. It will improve my quality of life, even if it's for a short period of time, but definitely something I'm going to do. The next thing I'm gonna be spending money on, and I already do, but I'm just gonna be really focused on making certain I get exactly what I need, and that is shoes. Now, and I'm talking about shoes that are gonna be in my rotation again and again and again. I'm gonna be wearing them again and again. I am not gonna turn my nose. I'm like, I can't spend that extra $100 on those shoes. I really like them, and I know the quality is fantastic, but that's a bit much. No, it's not a bit much if it's going to last me a long time, if I'm gonna get a great cost per wear, if I'm gonna be wearing them again and again, and I want comfort, then I'm gonna have to spend a little extra money. I believe natural fibers, if you can get those, they are the best. If you can get some leather or suede shoes. Now, if you don't wear animal products, that's okay. You can buy faux leather, faux suede, but there's nothing like a great pair of leather shoes, especially if you can get a brand that doesn't have a huge assortment of shoes, but they focus on the quality and the production of those shoes. You're just gonna get a bang for your buck. They're gonna last you a long time, and they're just gonna feel so much better. They're gonna wear better. The wear and tear on the shoe is not gonna be as quick as if you were buying a cheaper, less expensive pair of shoes. I do believe in spending money on shoes, but I really, really want to focus on buying quality, well-made shoes. Like, oh, these shoes here. Oh, honey, by the office of Angela Scott. Now, these shoes are not cheap whatsoever, but when you take them out, if you've ever held them, you already know. When you take them out, the packaging, first of all, is outstanding. But when you take these shoes or any of her shoes out of the packaging, you already know the quality is there without a shadow of a doubt. It's just, I don't have a pair of shoes that has this quality of craftsmanship. It's outstanding. It's outstanding. So I do want a new pair of these shoes. I do want another pair of these. And I have been hesitating to buy a pair because they aren't cheap, but these shoes look like I've barely worn them, and I love wearing these shoes. But I'm gonna make certain that I spend my extra coinage on quality shoes if they're gonna be in my constant rotation. The next category that I'm going to make certain that I spend my extra coinage on, and that I'm not gonna frown upon it when I go in the store or when I order online, is my skincare. Now, my skin has been doing fantastic over the last year. The products I've been using have been wonderful. I've gotten gifted a lot of skincare products, so I've been blessed to have the opportunity to try different products from different brands. Now I've kind of run out of those products, and they were not cheap. And so I want my skin to stay luminous, look moisturized. I want to, battle the signs of aging, hold them back, hold Mother Nature back as long as I can. And you just can't do that with some Ivory soap and water and some Jergens lotion. You cannot. It's just not gonna happen. Yes, your skin will look okay, but if you're not applying the serums and the retinol at night and a really good moisturizer and some hyaluronic acid, if you have skin like mine, my skin is extremely dry, then I need to apply lots of layers of serums that are gonna be beneficial for me, help slough off the extra dead skin that's taken an extended period of time to slough off because of my age. Then I just believe that, you get what you pay for when it comes to skincare. You don't have to spend $300-400 on serum. They have quality, great, fantastic serum that are budget friendly, but I do believe that is something that should be, and if you're my age, and I'm 52, you should have your skincare routine, your day and night skincare routine, to help your skin stay moisturized and look just luminous. And because I believe I want to feel the best I can at every age, and I think every woman should feel that way as well. If that's not something that you want to do, I think that it's okay. too. But for me and my house, me and my skincare cabinet, we're gonna have all the stuff. We're gonna get it all. And now, so I'm gonna have to kind of put out some extra corners to get all those things to make sure my skin stays as healthy and as vibrant and as youthful looking as possible. Now, the next item is something I've already purchased, and I did spend what I feel is a lot of money on this item. And my husband and I talked about it extensively before we purchased. You know, he and I met in Saudi Arabia, so when we moved back to America, we had to build a home together. We had to buy everything. When I tell you everything, when I left to go live in Saudi, I gave my daughter all my stuff, except for my personal stuff. So we had to buy everything. I'm talking about spoon, forks, plates, tissue, dish, towels, washcloths, everything. And I told him there are two things that I want to make certain that I purchase, and I want quality items without fail. And it is a couch, because I don't want to have to buy another couch anytime soon. So I'm gonna spend extra money on a good couch and mattresses that I'm going to sleep on. And so we were very, very intentional about the mattresses that we purchased. We have a Sealy Posturepedic, and we have where it has the remote where the bed sits up and everything. It was the most money I have ever, when I tell you ever, spent on a mattress. It was a lot of money. But if you think about it, we spend 1/3 of our lives in bed. 1/3 of our lives in bed. If you don't mind spending money on your car, and you're not in your car 1/3 of your life, you should really, really think about how much money you're spending on your mattress. Your mattress should feel like the most amazing mattress you've ever slept on. Now, I've gone to hotels and slid into the bed, and oh my God, this feels amazing. My mattress feels exactly the same. So when I go to a nice hotel, it doesn't feel any nicer than my mattress at home, and that makes me happy. I get a fantastic night's sleep when I go to bed at night. It just feels amazing when I crawl into bed. I get a good night's sleep unless something's going on. It's not the mattress's fault. I'm not sinking in. I'm not feeling wires in my mattress. It doesn't feel like the half of the bed is going up and going down. Been there, done that. I have rolled over on the mattress. You can feel the springs in your back. That is not going to give you a good night's sleep. I think it is worth the investment. I think it is something, you don't have that much money where you're going to spend a lot of money on a mattress. You should budget for it and make certain you're buying something that's going to last you a long time, because you're sleeping in the bed. You're in the bed 6 to 9 hours a day. It should be amazing. You should be sleeping on the best mattress you've ever slept on without fail. And I know that a mattress is a lot of money. So if you can't afford to buy what you want, do your research. See if you can find some sales. If you can find one on sale that's within your budget. Whatever is within your budget that you can afford, that is the highest quality you can afford, is something that I feel you should buy. Now, the next two items have to do with the bed as well. And the next one is pillows. Now, I'm gonna be the first one. Let me raise my hand right here. It's me. Now, I have always bought pillows within my, no, I can't even say I've always purchased pillows within my budget. You know, when you're in the habit of buying things you don't know it's better until you know it's better. Before nursing school, I bought my pillows at Family Dollar because that is what I could afford and was happy with it. Didn't really know any better until I got much older and started traveling, and was like, oh my God, is this what a pillow feels like? Actually, I found out about really nice down pillows from a patient that I used to take care of. Let me just say she was very, very wealthy. And every pillow in her house, and I know because I wouldn't touch the pillows on not just the bed, every pillow on every bed in her house, every pillow on every couch in her house was down. I had never even seen a down pillow. I heard of feather pillows, and I think my grandmother might have had a feather pillow, but you know, they stick you though. I didn't know anything about down pillows. I had never sat on the couch where you sit on the couch and you just kind of slowly sink down into the couch. It's like, what is this? Then you lean back and you kind of sit down into, then you lean back and you just kind of fold into the back of the couch. Not too far, because it was luxury at its finest. Honey, I do not have that kind of money. But that's how I found out about down pillows. And I've always bought my pillows from TG Maxx and Marshalls. Now, last week I went to Montana. My father-in-law, or we call him Papa, was having hip surgery, and my husband stopped at this store that he loves to stop at. They sell down comforters and down pillows, and I was looking at the pillows, like, oh my God, $125 for a pillow? Oh, that's crazy. And then I said to myself, chick, you will spend hundreds of dollars on a pair of shoes that you're gonna wear once or twice a month, but you're not gonna, you don't wanna spend $100 on a great down stuffed pillow that you're gonna be laying your head on 6 to 9 hours a day. I had to have a conversation with myself. I had to have a come to Jesus meeting with myself. Now, the pillows on my bed are really nice, but they're not as nice as the nicest pillows I've felt at hotels. And the nicest pillows that I felt at hotels were down pillows. They were just stuffed and they just felt so luxurious, and they just give you the best night's sleep. So this one right here is for me. I'm speaking to me about the pillows. I will be purchasing at least two really nice down stuffed pillows for my bed. One for me, one for my husband. And then I'll get some for the guest bedrooms. They have nice TJ Maxx and Marshall pillows as well. But I want people who stay at my home to have a nice, good night's sleep and a luxurious experience as well. So I'm gonna be purchasing some really, really nice pillows so that I can have not just a nice mattress, I want a nice pillow as well. And speaking of pillows, now I'm gonna segue into the last category, and it is sheets. Now, if you've been here a while, you've heard me talk about sheets. You have heard me talk about sheets. If you want that truly luxurious experience, that fantastic night's sleep, there is nothing like sliding into the bed and the sheets are so nice. And then you lay your head on the pillow and the pillow is amazing. And then you're laying on a nice mattress. That's a great night's sleep, especially if it's summertime and the sheets are a little cool. Just amazing. There is no comparison to some 800, 1,000 thread count sheets. When you slept on the Family Dollar and the Walmart and the Kmart 150 thread count sheets your whole life, and then you end up getting some 800 thread count sheets, there is no comparison. It feels like you're laying on silk. It just feels like you're sleeping on satin without the slide. It's just amazing. I promise you, if you have like 150 thread count sheets and you go buy you some 800 thread count sheets, I always wash my sheets before I put them on the bed. Wash them, put them on the bed, and get in the bed that night. You will see a tremendous difference. They just feel amazing. And I've always, since I've figured it out, bought really nice sheets. So I do have really nice sheets in my home. On all of the beds I have nice sheets, but I think it is something that improves my quality of life because it's going to improve my sleep. And if I get a good night's sleep, I'm going to wake up happy in the morning. I'm going to be nice, I'm going to be kind. I try to be nice and kind anyway. But a good night's sleep just makes you feel rejuvenated, makes you feel refreshed, and whatever I can do during that 6 to 9 hours to make sure I get a good night's sleep is something I feel I should do, and I feel that everyone else should do. You're spending so much time in the bed, so everything surrounding that bed should have a goal of making sure you get a great night's sleep. Even your surrounding in your bedrooms, that's a whole nother video and conversation, but I think your pillow, your sheets, and your mattress, and even your comforter, you can have I have a down comforter on my bed because I'm always cold. Yes, I am. Should all be there to make certain that you get the best night's sleep possible. So I do not mind spending extra coinage on my sheets. Well, that's it, family. I truly hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if there are some things that you spend your extra money on that you believe improve your quality of life, and you have no problem whatsoever walking in the store and dropping some Benjamins on them because, hey, I'm gonna lay my head down and it's gonna feel really nice, and I'm gonna have me a great night's sleep when I lay my head on this pillow, or whatever you plan on spending your extra coin and John to improve your quality of life. I would love to know what your list of items are. Now, no matter where you are in the world, I want you to have the most blessed day. Bye-bye.